morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hello, Toastmasters. 121 years before, there's one person who secured a patent for an implement that is used today. A modern version of it, yes. Can you guess what that implement would be? I'll give you a clue. It's the best thing that a man can get. It is not love. It's not true love. It's not a dog. You can't get a patent for a dog. But it is the disposable razor. This patent was awarded to King Gillette. That was his name. King C. Gillette. I don't remember what the C stands for. So he got a patent for this. Just like this razor, we have started this meeting at 7, sharp at 7. And I, as Sergeant at Arms for today, will tell you the mission and vision of Toastmasters and the rules that we set for every meeting. The mission of Toastmasters is to create a positive and learning experience for speakers so that they can become better leaders and speakers. And in order to do that, we have the 2 rules, which is we refrain from speaking about religion, politics, and sex. And when there is a speaker here, we don't want any distractions for them that impedes their flow of speech. So for that to happen, let us put our mobile phones in silent. That is a reminder, and I'll do it for myself. And yes, those are the 2 rules that make a meeting flow really smoothly. With the rules out of the way, I would like to introduce the presiding officer for today, TM Hemulata.
A few years ago, in a Toastmaster club, there was a guest who walked in. He quietly came, sat in the last row, and he was nervous. He did not give any eye contact to anyone. He did not talk to anyone. All of a sudden, in the table topic session, the table topic master called him. The table topic master called him and asked him, gave him a topic. Everyone thought he will actually decline. He will not speak. But he came down with a trembling voice, shaking legs, and he said, "I'm scared, but I will not run away." So he did not stop with a broken sentence. He spoke for 45 seconds. He completed. He did not give up. The same person, 1 year ahead, fast forward, he became the president of the club. Now he is leading others for this public speaking and communication skill. So we have gathered here not to be perfect speaker, but to be a brave speaker. And if you are nervous, just remember one word: I won't run away today. So let this meeting be the first step of confidence, courage, and the speaker you are becoming. With a strike of gavel, now I would start. With a strike of gavel, I would meeting 234. And with this, I would like to acknowledge the dignitaries. I would like to acknowledge the Charter President, Distinguished Toastmaster Satish Kumar, and our past President, Gopinath, and our current President, Distinguished Toastmaster Sundar Raman. So, do we know who is the new Toastmaster International President? The current new International Toastmaster President? Alta Rojta. And Golden Gavel recipient. Who is the current Golden Gavel recipient? International Toastmaster International. He is Matt Abraham. With this, I hand over the session to Distinguished Toastmaster Satish as our Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Satish.
Thank you so much, Hema, and Good morning, Miracules. Though we have less in numbers, we are going to crack the whole meeting forward. So let's begin with this theme on NOVA 2025. So when it comes to the semi-annual conference, if it comes to my mind, it always goes back to my second semi-annual conference, I would say. It is not the first one, it's the second one. But the second one was the biggest one, I would say, when it comes to Toastmasters conference, because 2014, Reverberation 2014 was my second semi-annual conference, and before that I attended Reverberation 2013 in Bangalore. If you all know, the person behind making the club name of Meraki was coined by our charter member Mala Mary Martina. She's currently in Bangalore, and she was the one of the charter member, and she coined this term collectively for this club to be a Meraki, and she was the conference chair for 2013.
I just pause a point. What was the circumstance to think made her to think about this Meraki?
We gave all of them to come out with the word of the day kind of a stuff.
Oh.
We said, you all come with a name,
Okay.
we will vote the best one. So something we did not
Who are
understood.
the other members whom we
All like Vijay Lakshmi, Karthik,
Okay.
Jayan, plenty, Samuel, there are plenty of members. So finally, that was the coined by her actually, and she was the conference chair for 2013, which happened in ISC Bangalore. So for me, when I talk about semi-annual conference, the first or the one which I played a crucial role, I would say I was the program chair, and our charter member Vijay Lakshmi was the conference chair for 2014. So NOVA 2025 is a new name. I would say NOVA is a new name coined by District 120 this year actually. Though that semi-annual conferences were not new for us, but for District 120 post-COVID, so NOVA 2025 is the first semi-annual conference which is going to happen for Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. Currently it is happening in Coimbatore. So overall I would say most of the members, I would say half of the members are past members who are well aware of the semi-annual conferences. But for the rest, for others to rekindle the memories, I'll take you back to multiple conferences and the segments, what it covers, what it was close to Meraki, semi-annual conference, which is NOVA 2025, what is close to Meraki. I'll take you all back to your memories. With this opening remarks, I would like to call upon the timer, our past president, Toastmaster Gopinath, to be the distinguished Toastmaster to read the role.
Thank you, Toastmaster, today, and good morning, Miracules.
Good morning.
It's quite a big, fantastic day, and all of us are with a lot of energy, I believe.
Yes.
Today is going to be a slightly different meeting, not the usual. Slightly deviation from the normal meetings. So we don't have the usual kind of meeting which we have normally. So there are going to be some few things which I thought as a timer I'll read it out for your benefit. The first thing is by Srividya, 5 minutes first speech. Then there is a project speech by Narasimha 5 to 7 minutes. As usual, 5 green, 6 yellow, and 7 red. 30 minutes grace, 30 seconds grace. For evaluator, it's 3 minutes. As usual, 2, 2.5, and 3. And there is a roasting speech by Hemalata, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, roasting speech by Hemalata. Again, 5 to 7 minutes. 5, 6, 7. Green, yellow, and red. And there is a meme relay by Priya, 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, shall I show 18, 19, and 20?
Yes.
Okay. But I will also be participating in the relay, so we'll manage. And there is a session facilitator by DTM Sudharaman. Am I right? Again, 20 minutes. 18, 19, 20 will be sufficient. Fine. And finally, there is a Beyond the Frame by DTM Satish Kumar. Huh?
That is by me.
Oh, that's your frame. Sorry. Beyond the Frame by DTM Sudharaman. 20, 18, 19, and 20.
30 minutes.
Is it 30 minutes? So I see. Okay. In that case,
we have less than
yeah. So 30 minutes means I'll show like 25, 28, and 30. Thank you very much, and over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Gopinath. being less in members, we'll manage the timing, no worries on it. Thank you so much, Gopinath. So when it comes to semi-annual conference, the biggest difference what I think half of the crowd, or I would say more than half of the crowd, has attended the last annual conference, which is our Discover 2025. So the good news for you all, the newbies, is like you don't want to sit for 4 contests. The birth of semi-annual conference earlier itself is to split the contest into 2 segments, or for contestants like many of us, it is the burden solved in 5 months duration. You don't need not to carry forward your winning streak until the next May to represent the club and district. So the birth of semi-annual conference gives the way for splitting the 2 contest season into 2 separate districts. So in Toastmasters International, the 4 contests which is decided by District 120, those 2 contests will be over by November itself. And always in any district, only 1 contest will move ahead of district, which is International Speech Contest. There are districts which even do tall tale as one of their district contest. Whereas in District 120 or even previously in District 82, we had only these 4 contests, the 2 fixed one in semi-annual. There are districts in the world, they do even table topics and evaluation as only the impromptu ones in 1 season, and humorous and ISE in 1 season, the prepared ones in 1 season. So there are so districts. But in District 120, we have humorous and evaluation speech contest, which will be over by end of next week, which means the fresh set of contestants will compete for the International Speech Contest and table topics. With this piece of information, I would like to welcome our newest member to have a segment of Becoming Presence. So let's welcome Sri Vidya.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, I'm here to talk about becoming presence. Why do I call it becoming presence? Because at some point, your body language must become your second habit, right? Should be at the back of your mind. So I'm going to talk about three things today. The first thing is a power posture. What is a power posture? It is when you sit or stand tall with your with maximizing the distance between your earlobes and your shoulders, and you also have to leave some room between your arms and your torso. Why is that? Because your power posture or your posture signals the kind of confidence to your audience, and it gets seen very fast. It gets seen in the first 30 seconds of you getting into the room. What are the don'ts here? Don't slouch your neck, or don't round your shoulders, or also don't stick your arms to your torso. When you do gestures like this, it looks really weird. That takes me to the next point, that you also don't cross your arms. You always have to have an open arm. Why? Because open arms gesture, open hands gesture, openness, and it also is crucial to trust building. And it also tells you that I have nothing to hide. The early caveman days, people were used to showing their hands, and the reason behind that would be that you're not carrying rocks or weapons, you're not coming to attack them. So open arms used to be a gesture, and it used to be a very instinctive assessment of friend or foe. What are the don'ts here? You don't cross your arms. You don't put your hands in the pockets, one or both. Women tend to put their hands on their hips. That's also a no. And you tend to put your arms behind your back. So what happens when you show your arms? Your arms are open here, right in front, but you're not moving them when you're talking. How does that feel? That again feels very weird. So that takes me to the third point. The third point is you always move your hands while you're talking because it supports your communication. There is this area called the power sphere, which is between your belly button and your eyes. So when you do your hand gestures between this position, it's the most impactful and effective. Never gesture below, neither gesture above because it feels weird, but it's a good thing to remember. Why do I tell this? I tell this because we do need to bring this a habit. It need not be perfect, but at some point you need to make this a habit, and until it comes to you naturally. So that's what I would like to say today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Srividya, on becoming presence. So before we move to the prepare speeches segment, let me complete with the one contest which I started, and it is a coincidence today, which is 15th of November 2025. 11 years back on the same very day, 15th November 2014, our reverb started. So today we were all in the Green Park, waiting for the Sergeant at Arms to come and start the meeting. Wow, what a great coincidence for us. 15th November 2014 to today, 11 years. That one conference which made me evolve so much personally, also in Toastmasters, because that was the toughest year of my life, I would say. In 2014, that was the time I got a big job change, and end of 14, in another 2 months time, I lost my father in 15. So this 14 to 15, the one whole year of Toastmasters, comparing with this conferences, made a huge difference in my personal and professional journey. So with this, we come to the second segment, which is prepare speech segment. So we have one speaker today who will be delivering a prepared speech from the level 2 from the presentation mastery path, introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. May I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Suganya, to please come over here to read the speech objectives.
So today, T.M. Narasimha Raju will be delivering a speech on lessons from my toughest mentor. That's the title of his speech. So the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Also for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a pro teacher. So the member completing this project is developing an understanding of Toastmasters mentoring. The speech is about a time when the member was a pro teach. It may be from any time in their life. So the member may discuss any aspect of the experience. The speech should not be a report on the content of the introduction to Toastmasters mentoring project. Over to you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Suganya. And for the timer, we will complete the speech, we'll complete the rose speech, even we complete the mime, then we can call the evaluator. Okay, so the prepared speaker for today, the Toastmaster delivering level 2 project from the presentation mastery manual, Toastmaster Narasimha Raju, lessons from my toughest mentor, Narasimha Raju.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. How many of you had a boss or having a boss who's not just managing you but molding you?
All of us, wife here, first.
With sometime with care, sometime with cares. For me, it's Chandika Mendes, who was my boss and mentor when I was doing the role of director of technology in my earlier organization. I was leading a set of architects. I was leading a global team, firefighting projects, client escalation, managing client escalation, and juggling with a lot of different time zones and demanding schedule. Chandika's style was totally different. He not just provided us with a life jacket and asked us to swim in a small pond. His style is picking up us through helicopter and dropping us in the middle of the ocean and shout from the helicopter, swim. That's his style. And we were firefighting projects left and right, and there was a lot of client panicking, developer disappearing, and server crashing. And I was thinking that I have to solve all the problems by myself. But Chandika had a different plan for me. When I was juggling with one time, lot of 10 different calls at a time, he came to me and calmly said, Raju, if you start solving all the problems by yourself, you won't build people. At the time, I thought Chandika is a lazy guy. Then later I realized that he's helping me not just managing engineers, but building leaders. And a week later, there were huge failure release in a project. That's when Chandika called me into his cabin. I was prepared with all the slides, all the excuses, all the data, but he looked at me and said, Raju, you built a lot of nice system over the period with the precision, but you never build people. That hit really hard on me, and that's when I realized that mentorship with the truth, right? Sometimes for a moment it might hurt us, but it will be life transformation. And after that, what has happened is I changed a bit myself. I started questioning people instead of blaming them. I started listening to my team instead of solving all my problems by myself. Instead of managing a set of a team, I started helping them to grow in their career. And slowly project got stabilized, and Chandika came to me and said, Raju, you don't need me anymore. And that's when I realized that and after that the team started taking responsibility, or came to me for getting the instruction, started owning the responsibility, taking up client escalation and leading a team. That's the exact spirit I found in Toastmaster as well. Everyone were helping each other, and when I was here, I was getting a lot of help, not just answering questions, but asking set of questions so that I can grow. When I remember Chandika, here in Toastmaster, my official mentor, DTM Sundaraman and a lot of non-official mentors here who helped me to polish my communication, speak with the confidence and calm when I'm pressurized. And not to mention DTM Karthik as well, who was providing me feedback straight to my face. That helped me to fine tune myself as well. And when DDM Sundaraman came to me and said, take up the role of in the contest, this at a club level, area level, division level, and he also believed in me in taking the role of VP membership. And as a protege, I learned 3 big lessons. Number one is lead mentorship is not about keeping us giving comfort, it's giving clarity. And mentorship is about not just micromanaging people, it's about building future leaders as well. And after that, I started realizing all this learnings and started mentoring people wherever it is, whether it's in business or coaching or anywhere. And that's when I realized that mentorship is not just about teaching, it's about life transformation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Narasimha Raju, for sharing your life lesson, I would say, when it comes to the mentoring. So now that we are moving into the next segment, the third segment, which is going to be another speech, but it's called roasting speech. So few young at heart but elder people like me and Sundar and Pat might be knowing about the roast as a speech. So for the people who doesn't know, there used to be advanced communication manuals earlier in the traditional path of Toastmasters, unlike in Pathways. They used to have one particular manual called special occasion speeches. So special occasion speech itself clarifies, right? So it's nothing but for an occasion, rise a toast or roast somebody, or an eulogy, or many things. There are places where you have to deliver on a special occasion. So this particular speech objective is taken from one such manual of special occasion speeches. That's where the roast speech has been part of it. So today we are going to have a member going to deliver a roast speech. And anybody wanted to take some precedences, go back to YouTube channel, watch Meraki 55. We had one such roasting contest happen, which it means there are about 7-8 people comes and deliver a roasting speech, and there is a best roast speaker also been announced. So you can watch out for Meraki 55. Disclaimer is, it might be their members' perception about somebody, or they might have seen somebody. It is not a clear replica of anyone in Meraki. So with that thought, I would like to welcome the speaker for today, Hemalata.
Good morning, dear Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Today, I stand here as a perfect example of Meraki. What is Meraki? Meraki is doing something with love and soul. That is exactly I said myself yesterday night when I started writing this script. So I said, like, with love and soul, like, let me put everything, the speech together and perform today. Here, we do not do things in the last minute because we are lazy. We do it because we thrive emotionally dramatic deadlines. That is the reason we do in the last minute. In any other club, last minute preparation will be a disaster. But in Meraki, last minute preparation, it's a tradition, it's a culture, and it's the membership requirement also. When Karthik messaged me yesterday, Hema, please step in for the Toastmaster speech, he didn't even give a private message. He messaged me in the group. If only it was a private message, I would have at least denied. I would have said no. He messaged me in a group, Hema, please step in.
It's a clever way.
And I didn't have an option. Instead of saying,
Good idea
okay.
also.
So while writing the script yesterday, I thought I'm not going to give a roast speech. I think I'll be roasting myself in front of everyone tomorrow. And when people ask,
Self-roast.
yes, it's almost like that. So when people ask why Meraki is the advanced Toastmaster Club, and I'm here to give 10 reasons why we call ourselves as an advanced Toastmaster. Reason 1. We are advanced Toastmaster because of the advanced timing. So we start by 7 a.m. So in Meraki, early morning meetings are like everyone will be physically present, but not fully conscious. And early morning meeting teaches one thing, that is how to be prepared, motivated while you are mentally sleeping, while your soul is still sleeping. And table topic, 7 a.m. He'll be like, the table topic master will be like, tell me about your dream. Bro, I'm still in my dream. And how do you expect me to talk about the dream? And finally, early morning meeting is like, no problem, I'll be physically present, but I'll arrive only after the breakfast. So that is the reason we are advanced Toastmaster Club. And reason 2 why we are advanced Toastmaster Club. And we have members who say, if only I'll join the club meeting only if I have a speech slot. And whenever I text all the members saying that like, please take up roles, Velan will be like, do I have a speech slot? No, speech slot has been filled, so please take up any role. He'll be like, no, if only I have a speech slot, I'll come. I know what you'll do tomorrow in the meeting. The last minute you will say, please pick up some tag role. Please pick up some table topic master. At last you will say like, be a backup essay. So I'll come only if I have a speech slot available. Else he will not be attending the meeting. And reason 3, we are advanced Toastmaster Club. So our evaluation is also advanced. And we have something called a master evaluation. In normal club, in any club, the evaluation will be like, the speech was good, your staging could have been done, your vocal variety was good, and you can improve, probably you can talk louder. This is how evaluation will be. But evaluators in our meeting will be sitting with binoculars, microscope and magnifying glass. And they'll be watching, they'll be able to give, all the evaluators will come up with a sweet smile and say, that was an excellent speech. But you have, I'm sorry?
Fabulous.
Fabulous speech. That was a fabulous speech. And you have 17 areas of improvement. And Satish can actually point out mistake by the breathing pattern of the speaker. He'll say, next time breathe confidently. Open your arms above the, open your hands above the arm level and speak so that you can be confident. So he can give evaluation. By the end of his evaluation, you feel like you're not only evaluated, he has also evaluated my ancestors. So that is how you will feel after his evaluation. We are Advanced Toastmaster Club. The reason we are Advanced Toastmaster Club is even the grammarian is also advanced. The grammarian gives the word of the day so complicated.
It's not there in the dictionary.
Not even there in the dictionary. Google will say, Anirudh, please calm down. Why do you want to come up with a word like this? And all the members will start using the word of the day with great difficulty, and every time a member gives the word of the day, they'll come up with a new pronunciation. And at last, he'll come up with a report saying that the word of the day was used by all the members, but everyone has used it wrongly. So the right usage, and he'll come up with the right usage. And reason 5, we are Advanced Toastmaster Club because even our general evaluation will be advanced. One more reason why we are Advanced Toastmaster Club is we start the meeting by 7 a.m. no matter who is there. The speaker is not there, role player is not there, they say we'll start the meeting by 7 a.m. And if only Gopinath is a GE, I'll ensure that I'll ride my bike very fast so that I'll step in at least by 6:59. Because his whole evaluation report will be about me. He'll be giving the general evaluation report saying that like Hema didn't come to the meeting in time. So the complete general evaluation report will be made. about me. So to ensure that like I'll come early. And we are again Advanced Toastmaster Club Reason 6. Reason 6 is like table topic which is being conducted here will be like in any other club, the table topic will make us nervous. But in our club, we'll actually reconsider our entire life. When Bharat is coming and giving a table topic about the Hollywood movies, I prepare myself to talk about Tom and Jerry. That is the only knowledge I have in Hollywood movies. So, like, I will be prepared to talk about Tom and Jerry. And if you ask me who's Avenger, I'll say like which engineering college he is studying. So that is the knowledge I have in Hollywood movies. And Meraki is known for his management book review. In recent days, maximum books which has been reviewed is by Narasimha Raju. And his hobbies, Narasimha Raju's hobbies are to read books. And his relaxation, writing books. and his stress relief is to come to Meraki meeting, review the books which he read or written. So that is Narasimha Raju for us. And we are Advanced Toastmaster Club Reason 8. Reason 8 is like we have our advanced members do not worry about making mistakes. We do not worry about forgetting the speech. We do not worry about having the paper and giving the speech. And we do not worry about having the overtime. Confidently we do it. We justify everything with confidence. Yes, that is Advanced Toastmaster Club. We have the only skill we have in advance is like the confidence we have. Guests in Meraki are treated like VIPs. Don't worry, we'll be nice and we'll start roasting only in the 3rd week. Our president will be very happy when he gets more number of guests. And we'll ask the guests not to worry about the table topic session, but we'll give them a stare look, intense look, so that they'll come up voluntarily and give the table topics. And reason 10 is, and of course, Advanced Club, as Advanced Club, we have one more speciality, which is we roast with love. Here, if someone says, your speech was very good, your speech is interesting, and we'll start thinking, what is the mistake we did? What was the mistake we did in the speech? So, that kind of a roasting happens in our Advanced Toastmaster Club. Yes, we do not speak like world champion, but we survive like a champion. We survive advanced evaluation, advanced expectation, and advanced stress level, all with a smile. At the end of the day, we are advanced not here for one thing, to grow, learn, and laugh, and occasionally suffer together also. And this is what makes our club very special. Not perfect preparation and not flawless grammar, not speech which has been rehearsed 20 times. We do it everything in the last minute preparation, but it will be totally in a Meraki way. Meraki is like heart and soul, putting your heart and soul together. That is Meraki for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hemalata. I was really worried when every time when Hemalata brings up the speech of why don't we have a roasting speech contest, Sundar will come and say, half of them doesn't know about their surname also, Hemalata. We can't. We'll do it later. We'll park it later. Finally today, Hema, even for the newest member to the existing members, you made a brilliant job in connecting with each other on making in a nice way of representing the positives of individual. Thank you so much, and brilliant roasting speech, Hemalata. Now we move to I would say the 4th segment of the meeting today, and I would take a parallels from here. There used to be minimum 4 important segments in a semi-annual conference. So there are 2 important segments we all know, right? So one is the humorous speech contest. The second one is evaluation speech contest. Also, every contest, every conference, they try to fill in with multiple education speakers, the keynote speakers. So how many are aware, like who are all the guest speaker for this year, the 2025 edition of Nova? Yeah, Sukri, and there is one more.
Okay, so second name is Krishnamurthy.
Okay, full name. So, okay, we'll keep thinking of it. We'll come back in the next segments. So he is a Toastmaster from District 92, a distinguished Toastmaster from Bangalore. Okay, so we at least have 4 important segments. So if I have to relate it to my favorite conference of 2014 Reverbs, we had multiple guest speakers. One speaker whom we all hold our hands each other, and while listening to his speech, even I'm saying 11 years back, now he is a monumental person. Even 11 years back, the kind of efforts he made, the kind of contribution he made to the society, and we were all crying literally on the Green Park, which was none other than Sujit, Infosys HR, but he is the founder of Martin Foundation. The kind of work he has done for enrolling people who has no family or no parents or even single parent. He gives a lot of opportunity for them to go and attend colleges. So they have an army of people who goes and validate, yes.
Since you mentioned Sujit, quite unexpectedly I happened to receive I was honored by Sujit.
Oh, great, great.
In Infosys, I was there as a mentor. They invited me as a mentor.
Okay.
And I was honored, and I so happened Sujit was the presiding officer.
So he was the person who was, I'm saying now it's a huge, 11 years back itself, the kind of impact he made, the kind of success stories we had was every time when we think about him is a goosebump moment. So that was the kind of speaker. So conferences are not always about the contest, not about any random guest speaker. There are speakers who comes, speak and change life for rest of our life. So that's the kind of experiences you will all get when you talk about semi-annual conferences or annual conferences of District 82, now it is District 120. So with this thought, I would like to invite our 4th segment of today. After the full-fledged speeches, this is going to be a kind of a fun element. So we call it as a mime relay. Mime relay will be carried out by our serving G5 area director and member of Meraki, Priya. Priya Damodar.
So, are you all up for a fun event?
Yes.
So, let us start the event quickly. I want each one of you to say the numbers from 1 to 4. So, I see somewhere around 11 to 12 members. Let's split it to 3 teams. So, can we start with Satish? 1, 2, 3.
4.
Again, you have to start from 1. 1,
2,
3.
4. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I think will be one less, but I think that should be okay. So can we all have all the members once gathered here? So let me give the instructions once more. We split up into groups.
once, all once.
Once.
All the ones here, all the 4s here, 2 and 3 here.
That is
So we can have no this side.
That is 3.
So
3.
1 this side, 2 here, 3 there, and 2 can stand on the left hand side.
Time time
3.
20 minutes time.
10 minutes. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes you can just make yourself.
I'll also be here.
Yeah, yeah.
That is 2. 2, huh?
Okay. So we all have, I think we have.
2.
We have only 3.
Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3 and.
Once.
Okay. So it's okay. I think.
They will be the spectator then.
If you want to
They
do
can
something,
join
talk
the
about
other,
that.
or they can join other teams and we can.
ஆமாம்
Yeah. You can join in another team.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can join in another team. No, we can have the 4 members.
And
So you can join.
one of the teams.
Okay. So I think.
More is not merrier, more is tougher.
So we have 3 teams. It is going to happen in sequence, not in parallel, because everybody has to observe what is going on. So let's have so much of fun here. So what I would, let me start with for this team first. So all of you have to turn this in this direction.
I think if we take the stage, others observe, we'll capture it on camera.
Yeah, sure. I think you can, since it's going to be one after the other. So you all 4 can come here. stand one behind the other, facing this direction. Okay. So now let me first give you the instruction. All of you have to just turn in the other direction. I will touch the last person and he will turn towards me. I will give him an action which he has to memorize or just observe, and then he will touch the shoulder of the next person. The moment he touches the shoulder, the person has to do a turnabout and he will repeat the action. He has to observe and then follow it, like how do we do Chinese whispers. Similarly, he has to mimic the action to the next person, and the final person has to come onto the stage and do it to the entire thing. Let us see how this is going and how we are able to know. Let's see how our memory is and how things how communication happens through people, even though it's a sequence of just small instruction. Okay, so let us start with the team first.
You have returned?
Others have to turn only the other direction. Only when you are touched on the shoulder, you turn, do a roundabout and then observe and then go back. Okay. So let us start with the first action.
Should I repeat?
Yeah, you just turn towards your audience. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. So now let us see what was the action. So the action was this was the action, and I introduced this action. No, for this action alone, let me give you a thing. When something happens, like when you are encountered with a situation, don't instantly react. Pause. So that is what and then you observe the situation, think, and then act. So that was the message that I wanted to convey
You
through
shoot
this.
yourself.
You act. So you have a self-awareness.
That's what I got that.
Thank you so much, President.
Shoot you, wait.
Okay, so rather than starting with others, start with
Then I
yourself. Can we have the next set of members here, please? So though we have 3 members, let's see how this mime part goes. So one of you have to turn to the other direction.
Priya, sorry to interrupt that. So since we have limited numbers, can rest all join?
One
We
more
can
can
have one
join
more
also.
round. Because if
Yeah,
only
one more
3
can
or
join.
4 people are there, the change will
Yeah.
happen. We'll
Hello,
have bigger.
hello.
We can have one more member.
And
again.
then somebody comes.
LR will join this team.
Oh,
We don't have 3
Okay,
teams.
so we don't have to keep.
So again, if we want, we can have one more round.
One more round actually.
More people.
yes.
Like more failure.
Let's see if we are really getting what was intended.
So who is distorting, we will find out.
Should come. Okay.
Yeah, we can have a.
Can be
Okay.
complicated.
Okay.
No, it's
Whatever you do that.
Try it.
Okay. Fine.
No talking, no talking.
No, no.
I
was just saying.
You have to tell him he's the last person on the
Sure
show.
is going to blast.
Thank you so much for that lovely presentation, guys. So the action was left brain and the right brain. They get mixed. And then finally what you have. So this was the action that was done.
We have a topic to one more.
Yeah, we have another topic.
Some of us
So when we have, you see, when we have more number of members, the information does not get passed on beyond the stage. Somewhere it gets lost. So this is going to be the final round.
Maybe 2 people should join this group.
Yeah.
So that
Two more, one more.
So we are not having a contest here, so it's just for fun. So we are not mentioning who has done first, but it's just an observation to see how things
I don't want to be the one spoiling.
Okay. I think I will forget the action if I start noticing them.
You write somewhere, Priya.
Oh my god, I really can't see myself remembering my son, and it turned out to be a dance sequence. So
I
the
don't
section
know.
was
Let's see.
one here, one jump here, yes, and shoot on the side. So that was the action that was given.
Started like this, but finally ended up
Some
Buddha
degree.
Bhajan.
Some degree to do that.
So I think we all had a nice moment of exercise and also a fun. Thank you so much for the.
Thanks, Priya.
Thank you so much, Priya. You all set it down. Thank you so much, Priya Damodaran, for this fabulous, I would say, moving away from your desk or chair. As Ralph C. Smedley, the founder of Toastmasters, says, the learning happens when we have fun. So thank you so much for this thought and execution. Now we are coming to the 5th segment. Maybe I'll give one more segment timing for the evaluator, or if you're ready. Okay, great. So when it comes to the second, or what's the 5th segment of evaluators, you can stay there. Yeah. So maybe I'll take one learning, or I would say the references towards it. So the evaluations are something so close when it comes to the conferences of semi-annual. Also, we have our charter president of Meraki, Jayan Narayan, was the 2nd place winner when he was a contestant. Yes, Jayan was a contestant too. In 2013, a reverberation which happened in Bangalore. So there was a test speaker. Many of you, I don't know how many of you remember this ISC, the Indian Science Institute of Bangalore. It's a huge hall, even bigger than the one we attended last time in IITM Research Park. Much bigger than the one. And people sitting on the last chair is the speaker on the stage will be very tiny. That's the kind of a stretch it is in the huge, humongous hall. And he was delivering an evaluation, and still I remember his evaluation, which made a great impact on each one of us. He compared the speaker with biryani, how a speech can be, and he related that with biryani as a kind of analogy he made. And evaluations plays very vital role, not only in the club meetings, even in the division level, even at district level. That's a one contest which attracts more audience towards it, and it is more like a very, very power-packed evaluation, because it is normally the same one, like 2 to 3 minutes, and the same format is followed, right? So very fast it happens, and that's one of the biggest learning each one of us, if you are really wanted to learn from the best of the District 120, that's a place, NOVA 2025, where you learn from the best of the best evaluators of District 120. With this thought, I would like to invite the evaluator who is going to evaluate the prepared speech of the level 2 from the presentation mastery delivered by Narasimha Raju. Welcome the evaluator, Toastmaster Suganya.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Narasimha Raju, your speech, Lessons from My Toughest Mentor, was a thoughtful and sincere one on how mentorship shapes who we are, right? I especially like the way you opened asking questions to the audience, keeping them engaged and participative. That kind of brought everyone into the story as well. What really went well? Clarity in ways, I would say. Your thoughts were well organized, and even you mentioned your boss had an impact the way you converse and deliver the speech, right? Like he gave you a piece of advice where you have to be calm and composed while delivering the speech. That I could literally see in your speech today. Maintaining the eye contact and also using the space, not overusing it, but to an extent where it has to be appropriately used. You connected mentoring to the universal experiences, like each one of us could relate, like everyone would have had similar experience in our own lives, having a mentor, be it your own father, mother, or your boss. So that way it was very relatable. Areas to improve, what I could see is you could have brought in more deeper emotional connection while you were talking about your boss, like pausing in between, connecting with the audience. That could have been done better. So that way, that could have brought in a lot of emotional impact. Strengthening your closing, maybe like you were rushing since the time was, you were running out of time, and you were rushing at the end, and there was no smooth closing. So for your next speech, I encourage you to experiment with intentional pauses, especially when you connect with the emotional and reflective moments. So this will elevate your storytelling and will give more power to your message. Overall, it was a great speech, calm, composed, comfortable pace. Everything made your speech great today. With deeper pauses during key moments and a smoother closing, your speech could become even more impactful. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Suganya. And the good news is, with this, we will recognize her at the last end of the meeting. She is completing her level 1.
Narasimha Raju level 2 is completed.
Yeah, Narasimha Raju level 2. Congratulations, Narasimha Raju. So it's, for me, it's more warming to see one member. Very recently, I would say, because there are a lot of mentees who comes and goes through a couple of speeches. So I would say there's a whole cycle. Thank you so much, Suganya, one of my mentee from Meraki, completing the whole cycle of 1 level. Because earlier, 1 speech, 2 speeches in traditional programs is fine. It takes years for completing the 10. But here, even though Pathways has a lesser speeches, completion of the whole cycle and completing a level, good job, Suganya and Narasimha Raju on level 2. So now we come to the 6th segment of the meeting today. So before I take up the 6 segments, I will little trivia from again semi-annual conferences. Once we saw the evaluation speech contest. The other side of the semi-annual speech conference is about the humorous speech. So humorous speech contest is something which is very attractive one. There are people who win over. We have our own member Karthik Mohandas from, I would say, he represented from this Caterpillar when he was winning it. That was also in one of the semi-annual conference happened in Vellore in VIT. So that was the fabulous moment for us. Also, we have a lot of members from Meraki who passed through multiple levels into the humorous speech. Even we have very own Anirudh, who cracked his division and moved on to become a contestant in semi-annual speech contest, which is now, that time it was combined into one whole district conference. So humorous speech contest is the other side of the critical agenda for NOVA 2025, where if you come and join us on 22 and 23, the next Saturday, Sunday, it is happening in Coimbatore. This time, earlier when we were combined as a district 82, it used to be Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. We had the privilege of traveling Sri Lanka at least once every year. Leave alone the flight costs, leave alone the hotel, the paid holidays you need to take from office. Actually it's a gala event. Traveling out of country, that too Sri Lanka was calling away distance. Traveling out of country and attending conferences. I personally attended more than 7 district conferences in Sri Lanka, which is a combination of annual and semi-annual. Even to an extent, one of the time we wanted to witness the division contest of District 82. So myself, Sasta and Vijay Lakshmi, we planned a trip where we attended 4 division contests which happened on a one weekend. So that's the level of connect you get, enthusiasm you bring in when you meet the people, and their division conferences or even their club chartering program, what they have, the annual change of guards happens, it happens like a gala event. District 82, when Sri Lanka was there, you don't have any event in Sri Lanka without the cocktail dinner in the night. That's the kind of culture they had, and they followed it, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And this year, in 22-23 of November, we have this NOVA 2025, the second biggest attraction I would call, which is the humorous speech contest. With this trivia, we will move on to the 6th segment of the meeting today, which will be handled by our Toastmaster Srividya, Improve session. Improv session by Srividya.
So, unlike participants, what we do is we have a group of 5 people, and what you do in improv sessions is you have a topic. The first person starts talking about it, then you either add to whatever was already spoken, or you add a new idea. So it's either building an idea over from the previous person, or you add a new idea, and it keeps on going. So we can go 3 or 4 rounds depending upon how much time we have. Any volunteers? First group. One person, you want to? So, the first topic is, you are on a holiday to any place that you like. You ended up in an Airbnb and you couldn't change the booking. This Airbnb was in a very scenic place but very isolated. Things happened there that freaked you guys out. Now you're talking about this to your friends. Right? So you go first and then you, and then it comes back. So you either add a new idea or you build from the idea from the previous person. So what is building a new, adding a new idea, you understand, right?
Yeah.
What is building a new idea? So supposing he says something, you add, exaggerate it, or you tell that.
They have to deliver a story to the audience, right?
It's not delivering a story, it's like,
Yeah, I understand, but they have to speak to us.
yes. Right?
You start
know-
as if you're going for a vacation.
Okay.
So she has given the situation, from there you continue,
Okay.
like a story building.
I booked a flight to Germany, and once we landed, we got onto a cab, and went to the Airbnb that I had booked. The journey to the Airbnb was very long and surprisingly very scenic as well. And on the way we spotted a lot of beautiful sceneries, and it kept going and going and going, and we reached the Airbnb. Just to
At some point, after a few seconds,
Can you signal?
hand over.
Yeah.
Can you signal? It'll be
No,
easier.
no need to signal actually. 3 or 4 sentences or 5 sentences and then hand over to the other person.
And once we reached the Airbnb, we found out that there is nothing nearby except that.
So after reaching the airport, like my first issue was the language issue. So people were not very good in their communication, like English language was not spoken there. And next is like I was very hungry. I was searching for a place where I can get food. And I had a very less currency. I had more of INR than the German currency. So I was searching for the food and language issue was there. So I had a problem. I had a trouble after landing into the airport.
The language issue was actually not very new to me though. For someone who grew up in Tamil Nadu, even Hindi was very difficult. So I was relying on the help of a German friend. So I didn't have any internet on my phone. So instead of searching on Google Lens and translating live, I decided to call my friend who knew German, and I made an ISD call from Germany all the way back to India so that he can translate live for me.
You would not believe who that friend was. He was a German Shepherd. when we made the call to the German Shepherd, all we could hear was woof woof. But the person at the Airbnb was able to understand and interact, and our problems were solved. So we had a wonderful stay, and then we were going back to the airport.
You have to resume from here.
Okay. So we checked out, and we were going back to the airport. And on the way back to the airport, it actually started snowing in Germany, and the roads were filled with ice, and it was actually a safety hazard to continue traveling.
Yes, it was like snowing so badly that I felt very happy that I didn't bring my kids. I went only with my husband. So that like taking kids along is like I have to look out for a medical treatment, medical emergency over there also. So luckily I did not take my kids over there. I went with my
Because you don't have to take care of it as well.
So I went with my husband, and so the scenic experience was like incredible. It was lovely.
But the driver was very curious. I didn't know that it was very common in India that you can have an husband. And did you actually adopt kids? So the driver was very curious to know about my personal life and about my husband also. But then I was figuring out that I had transitioned over from Toastmaster Hemalata to myself, and I had to talk about her husband. Then I started going on explaining about my kids. My driver felt that if you are missing your kids so much, why didn't you actually bring them along? You seem to be missing them, even though you are outwardly enjoying all of this. Your mind seems to be way back there in India.
Okay, I just want to pause you guys. Okay, so you have to, pretending that all of you all went on the same trip together. That is one thing. The second thing is there's something that freaked you out in that Airbnb. So talk about what freaked you out. Don't talk about just coming and going back.
She is freaking out.
Okay, so what really freaked us out? This German people are so weird, and you see a lot of crime, at least in those remote spots where we're in the scenic area. And we were talking about how there's a lot of snow and ice, and all the wrongful activities that were done. You just want one thing for you, right? Justice, but we ended up having just ice because it's just snowing. So yes, all just crime, and you don't know. I thought at one point that I was seeing Jack Nicholson from Shining in one of the rooms,
Hollywood reference.
Okay. So now that we understood that the place is very unsafe, we actually spoke and we decided to move out and switch to a different Airbnb. And so we called the friend of his, the German Shepherd. And unfortunately this time, the person at the Airbnb couldn't understand what German Shepherd was actually speaking. So now we're stuck. He's not able to understand, nor are we able to use the internet, and we were stuck in the same Airbnb.
So when I was in the airport, like when I was scrolling about the latest news in Germany, I got to know that like there was a gunshot by a normal individual. Like I never know, me coming from India, I never know like guns will be easily used by everyone. So I thought like it has to be licensed and everyone will have a license. But like people here, everyone is having gun and anyone can shoot. People will be able to shoot others. So that was news to me, and I was really scared to be in the place.
So my driver asked, why is guest Roshan in the Airbnb but Toastmaster Hemalata is in the airport? Why are you guys not actually together all the time? Forget all the fight actually going on in Germany. Amongst yourselves, are you guys fighting? Is this what is freaking you out? Then I was saying, no. All of us came on independent terms. We decided, we came up with 4 different plans on how to enjoy. I am someone who wants to stay in the room, so I am very comfortable. I am not freaked out at all by all these arguments that are going on.
And then we came home and lived happily ever after.
Another set of people.
All seniors here. One junior is coming. One junior is coming.
Okay. You are on a road trip together. You ran out of fuel. You've already called the AAA road services.
Sorry?
You've called the AAA road services to come and help you. But you're awaiting them and you have a conversation. So this one is a little different. You're talking amongst each other. One person starts with fortunately, the other person starts with unfortunately, then fortunately, unfortunately, just keep on going around.
Fortunately.
You're talking amongst each other, to each other.
So I was driving along the national highways of Chennai to Bangalore. That was a wonderful journey. But as I was going, or we were going, I felt stranded that there was no fuel at all, or it was decreasing. So I had to stop and call for the help. And I invited the help, and I was looking around, and I could see a lovely Benz car screeching. And somebody popped out from that, and it was the President of India.
So, President of India told me that we can tow your car to a bunk to help us help you to fuel your car. And he dropped us there. What has happened there is the folk over there started putting the fuel into the car. Unfortunately, he was filling our car with diesel instead of petrol.
Okay, I just want to stop you there, okay? So you all are talking amongst each other. You're going in an order, but you're talking amongst each other. So you're not narrating a story to the audience.
It's like
Alright? So you're conversing amongst each other and you start your sentence with a fortunately or unfortunately.
Unfortunately, none of us are getting this so far.
It'll happen once you do it
Just kidding.
one round.
Fortunately, what happened was, we are talking about service. Fortunately, the fellow who was trying to put petrol into instead of diesel, luckily Sundaraman was there, he noticed it. Before he could do that, luckily Sundaraman passed it. Come on here, idiot, you are filling your, instead of petrol, instead of diesel, you are putting petrol. Fortunately, he was there and he was able to stop it. Otherwise, we could have all started walking from there to Bangalore. That's what would have happened. Because President of India definitely is not going to take us. Right?
Yeah, actually, I used to carry a gadget which can filter diesel and petrol, but unfortunately,
never
on the
noticed
day,
that.
unfortunately, on the day, I have not brought that gadget. So, being a refinery engineer, I know the significance of petrol and diesel. So, unfortunate.
That's the reason why it's always better to have a refining engineer like us always.
Fortunately, I did not, ended up stranding alone. I had these gentlemen, along with me to help out. As in, we tried stopping the cars that went past by, just waving our hands and asking for help, but none of them had that, being graciously offering help. So we were just, I think we should work on a solution, or else we end up fighting.
Still we are on the road. No solution.
In the middle, what happened, unfortunately, we got drained and began to feel hungry. Then we thought a nice restaurant over there. As the car needed some fuel, our body also needed some fuel. Then we thought, why not go and have a piece of breakfast and come back and solve the issue.
And fortunately, once we entered the restaurant, we had very good, nice idli and sambar there, which I like to eat, and nice filter coffee as well. Fortunately, we had, and from then on.
Unfortunately for me, daily my tiffin used to be idli. So whenever I go out, I thought I should take something different. That's the reason all of you have seen me ordering puri whenever I come there. No? So there are also idli dosa. What is this here? Let me order something different. But unfortunately, there was nothing else.
So
Only
while
idli dosa.
Gopi was struggling for his food, fortunately we heard a loud noise there and we could see a group of people chanting and shouting, and that is when we found that some of the Toastmasters came there and they started doing a table topic session in the restaurant. And then we joined the conversation and we forget all our miserables and miseries, and then we started giving table topic speeches on the spot.
Few moments earlier, I felt very fortunate to be with this bunch of gentlemen. But it's very unfortunate now that I have to endure, the pain wherein we are literally stranded. But look at them enjoying breakfast, having table topics, and Gopi sir is battling whether to choose idli or dosa. I mean, imagine the kind of pain I have to undergo with. Being with these bunch of gentlemen.
It's so fun.
Can you go one more round or?
No, done.
So what these improv sessions actually do is that it builds quick thinking, and it shows us that we can take the conversation wherever we want to make it interesting and add something meaningful, or even add humor to it. It's all about adding to someone else, so it strengthens listening and teamwork.
Thank you so much, Srividya, for making this even more lively with your improv sessions. So now we have come to the last part of this meeting today, which is the 7th segment. And before that, I would touch you upon few other things what this all meant for. So what is even today, even schools today, when they go on a tour. About 3 years back, even last week, my younger one went for a school excursions. Those days, I was just recollecting my memory on 10th of, when I was studying 10th, we went for Palani, which is close to Erode, from my school for the 10th trip, and on the way they took us to Kodaikanal. But this time, he went in Hyderabad, they went Hyderabad. Last year they went to Jaipur by flight on the 9th graders. So even the schools has this one specific segment in the first or second day evening, which is DJ night. What is there without little fun and, yes, Suganya?
At least like you had the opportunity to move out of the city and go to a different place. All we, I mean, like, I experienced was only going to the amusement park. Till my girl stand.
Okay. Thank you, Suganya. So they had, the DJ night, even to the school students. What is more for the semi-annual or annual conferences is like, we call it as differently, it's called fun night. So Saturday night will be a fun night. It has been arranged in the same venue campus currently. When I go back to my memories of early conferences, the first one which I attended in Ovation 2013, which is the annual one though, we had fun night in our Madras Race Club. So likewise, every year it goes differently. But this year also we have a fun night, and this fun night is going to be hosted by our, I would say, all 4 contest champion Shamraj. You all might be heard about Shamraj, the Toastmaster from Virudhunagar, who was the only Toastmaster in District 82, also in 120, who has won all the 4 contests of district level, starting from humorous, evaluation, international speech contest and table topics. Also, he was the international speech contest winner of district for more than 3 times. So Fun Night is one of the attraction for attending the NOVA 2025, which is happening on 22nd and 23rd. With this trivia, I would like to call upon this last segment today, Beyond the Frame. To do this, we have our serving president, also the 2 times past president of Medley Toastmasters Club, distinguished Toastmaster Sundararaman.
Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Satish Kumar. So the last segment we will have something slightly different. So I need a little bit of space to do this kind of activity. One of the volunteers can move all the chairs to the side so that this area can be used. So today I am also going to use a prop, not from any of our Toastmasters. This prop was designed by a Hungarian artist called Istvan Banyai. Istvan Banyai, he has created this artifact. Normally, when we have a larger crowd, I split them into 2 teams so that the 2 teams will be doing it in a competitive fashion. But since we have a limited members, we will do this as a single team. Yeah. So probably camera, we can turn this side as near. How many people we have? Except me? This is 11.
12.
12.
Excluding women.
11.
So basically 11. I am going to distribute one image to each one of you. So what you have to do is go through that image and observe all the contents in the image. You may take 1 to 2 minutes to do that independently. Don't show it. The entire game depends on if you are not revealing the image. So what you have to do is after going through the content of the image, all of you can form a circle, and then one of you can start telling what is the content in your image. Then randomly another person can do it. So within 2-3 minutes you will be able to get some kind of clue. There is a connecting thread. So you have to figure out the connecting thread and finally come out. I am not expecting you what you are supposed to do at the end. So after finding the connecting thread, you have to.
Even when we are discussing, we are not supposed to show the image. Right?
Yes, exactly. So everything depends on
just
not revealing. So you can keep your image like this. So throughout your conversation. And if you want, you can select one leader, and if you want to make someone to speak in order, it's all up to you, right? Any questions?
So what is the conclusion? We have to connect.
He said like.
Connect a dot.
after we get-
You have to connect a dot. I am giving very abstract, so I made it clear.
So
Purposely I am saying that.
even the rules of the game are not fully revealed, so that we figure out what the rules of the game are.
Yeah. Are you all done?
And I can describe the picture or whatever.
You have to
it is
describe
as
this.
I think it's up to you, whether you want to speak for 5 minutes or total time is 30 minutes. So if you want to speak for 1 minute or give opportunity for others, or someone can cut short. So let's hear from someone else.
So don't speak, only show by action.
No, sir, no. It's difficult because you are going to hold the image like this. So try to describe. So vivid description is very important.
Describe the picture.
The same person can do it twice.
Yeah, it's up to
One
you.
name.
So for example,
Team
now,
cohesiveness, how we work together as a team.
so you can go a little back and then check your image, and then again you can assemble. But throughout the game, never show the picture to aliens. Yeah, your time starts now.
So you're only supposed to describe the picture, you cannot say what is there.
And there are
You
some.
cannot say.
What the
Describing
picture.
saying, right?
Okay, you can say there is Sundar Raman is there.
One second,
Satish is there, you can say that.
Oh, okay. And what they're
It's up to
doing
you.
also.
Yeah.
If,
It's up to you.
so if we'll have to describe something, right, I can also mention the color and all that.
Yes,
Like-
whatever you see, it's up to you. So whether to make it as detailed, but if you think if you give too much of information, if it is going to confuse others, then you take a call. Whether to give short description or whether to give detailed description, it's up to you. Finally, within 30 minutes, you have to find out the pattern.
Partial disclaimer, I also know the game now, so I will go sort of later and give opportunities, I will not get started.
You will not spoil the
Yeah.
game.
Experience.
So I also played.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Both of you can-
Yeah.
Start. Your time starts now.
Yeah.
I think observing time is over, 2 minutes over, you can start.
I can
You
keep
can come
checking
closer
that.
and then.
Yes, you can keep checking.
You can come closer.
Okay, let's go.
Kokoroko! Kokoroko! Kokoroko!
What is this outside the window?
The day began so nicely. The sun dawned and my son woke up. And we had a nice beginning of the day. After all the regular ablutions of the day, we got into the dining table. And the Kokoroko's wife's younger one came on in the form of an omelette. So we had the bread butter jam along with the omelette, and we enjoyed the day's breakfast. So they started well, and our breakfast was also equally nice.
I'm assuming somehow that explains what he saw in the picture. So if anyone can draw a thread to your picture or something like that, he can.
So I would call it as the city of red. I mean, like wherever you see the houses are painted in red, and it looks more like a village to me, where like kids playing in the garden and enjoying the atmosphere outside, the weather outside, and there's also this cute little farm where they have pigs, cattle, and all that.
For example, sorry to interrupt, so I'm just interrupting. If you see that there are 3 chickens, mention the number, color, what is the size. No, don't tell it as a story. Just describe what do you see in your image.
Okay, so right now, what I saw was like, it is like a cottage with 7 houses all painted, the roofs in red and white color house. And there was also a kind of hut. And it was having 3 chicks, Baba, black sheep like that, 3 sheep and a cow with a small kid was there. And there was a ladder, but there was only one car, red car, everything in red. A red car and all the animals and then only one ladder. So this was all
So there was a girl who was dressed in yellow color jacket, and she was like using the houses, the small houses. She was decorating for her Christmas. We had the small Christmas trees, and all the houses were like very small. She was decorating all her toys for the Christmas Day celebration.
Okay. In the middle of all this, there was a boy sitting in his backyard with a lounge chair. He was wearing white shorts, and he was just relaxing, looking at things.
Are we living in a simulation? Because in my image, I see a village of red houses, but it's actually played by a girl. The girl is placing those houses, a girl in a yellow dress, is placing the houses in the hut. But at the top right of the image, I can see one more hand, much larger than the girl, playing around as if the girl herself is in a simulation. So that is what describes. At the top left of my image also, I see the word toys in red and red background and white foreground. At the top left there is toys, on the top right there is a hand. But the girl in the yellow jacket is at the center of the page, working with some red houses.
That girl, whoever was playing with that toys, small toys, she is sitting in a chair and holding a picture of the assembling of the toys by her and sleeping in the chair. She is holding a picture of what she is doing, assembling a set of toys and holding the picture, and it's mentioned as toys on the top, that paper, and she is sleeping in the chair.
Why I am speaking in the last is, even now I don't understand, really don't understand. Yeah. Even now I'm figuring out what is there in the picture. All I could understand is, it's a kind of a red color blouse with 5 where I can insert my gloves, red color gloves where I can insert all my 5 fingers and show it like this. That's what I could understand as of now.
So there is a girl with a yellow tops, I guess, which has a black cuff, and she is holding her right hand onto the edge of the table and holding the left hand towards one of the house. So there are multiple houses out there. It seems like a big board, or I would say the big plot. In that she is holding the right hand on the edge, left hand over a toy kind of house, which she is trying to move around. There is a nearby box which consists of some Christmas festivity related toys. That's the overall picture.
Perhaps for you guys it's toys, but for me, there are 2 boys looking out the window and seeing this most colorful rooster that is on a fence, on a wooden fence. And these 2 boys are wearing some hats or caps and just looking out. And there's a green window that is open, and that's where they're looking out. That's basically what the picture is. Maybe it's inside a toy house. I don't know.
So mine is a boy and a girl. The girl wearing a cap and the boy is wearing a hat, and they're looking outside the window and they see a clock.
Okay. So I can see a boy and a girl, maybe siblings, climbing on the staircase and looking at outside the window. So this house is like painted in red, and the roof of the house has a mouth-like opening into the shape of the mouth. Maybe like you can insert coins, something like that. And I also see, there's a farm-like setup outside where there are 3 pigs, a red horse, and
picture, like, and she talks something about one of the picture there. So it is like, it's a green lawn with some animals there, and not sure if the animals, she says, and we not anyway, because it has 3 chickens, and I thought it was sheep, and for her it was like, it's not sheep, it's like a pig, and the center house has the top opening like a mouth, and it has 3 Christmas trees which are not decorated. So whether this is a picture or if this is a kind of the picture that I have got is like the 6 houses, and the center house is the house with the at the top opening like a mount, and at the right side we have the house with the ladder. Left side is a hut kind of house. So 3 Christmas trees are there, and this arrangement, and a car is there. Parked.
10 minutes over, so
So
much.
like, how do we?
No, we still have to figure it. Don't worry. I know the rules, but you can assume I don't know the rules.
What I can make out from right now is that Gobi is having 5 gloves. That is actually not 5 gloves. It should be the cock's head. And he is having a cock itself. And Bharat should be having a cock which is sitting on the house. And she is having 3 cocks in small houses. And whatever I am having is like multiple houses which a girl is trying to assemble. And Satish was having the hand of the yellow girl. So I have the zoom picture or the bigger version of the picture where the girl is actually assembling the house with small toys which are the houses, and those toys also include the rooster. Rooster is having the head which is being zoomed there, and Christmas tree which is trying to decorate. This is what I have.
So I was talking about the red horse, right? So the tail of the horse and the back of the horse, someone should have it as a puzzle piece.
Okay, two more interesting things that I missed is that the boy who's lounging on the stair actually has the same picture that one of you all had, wherein a girl is actually sitting and playing with toys, and on left top of the picture it's written toys in bold letters, in red and white.
So I would like to assume this is like a jigsaw where we are assembling pieces together. But one thing that Hema this is assuming as if I don't know one word that Hema pointed out is the word zoom. After Hema used that word zoom, I can look at my picture and I can say someone described the houses in detail. But in my image, I can't see the houses in detail. But there's a hand at the top, and the girl is sort of in the center of the image. So I'm thinking maybe it's not just the jigsaw alone, but something like a zoom and the jigsaw sort of combined together, something like that.
So looks like the boy is holding a picture of the girl assembling the miniature toys. That boy is with the cream color shirt sitting on the chair and holding the picture like this. That picture has written toys on the top in white surrounded by red. And in the picture, the girl is wearing a yellow shirt and red and having some dots in there, black dots. That's a dress she's wearing as a skirt, and she's assembling the dots.
So I think there are zoom in and zoom out pictures. So maybe whoever has zoom in pictures can come together and zoom out so that there's a storyline that gets.
So maybe we can say who has the outside picture, who has the inside picture, and then start forming
Mine is a zoom.
sorting that way.
Mine is zoom in.
Mine
No,
is
you
the
have to
outside
describe,
picture.
when you describe, so anyone describes, those who feel they are inside the picture can maybe stand in the front of them. The ones who feel they are outside, they can stand behind us.
I am outside of the picture. I think Suganya is inside the picture. In the center there is a
So
house.
we can start.
Inside
Mine is
the
a
picture's
zoomed out
house is
picture.
the.
So I think
Suganya's thing is like,
I'm just-
my 7 houses are there.
Okay.
So in that center, one house is there. Only the center house picture is what Suganya has, is what is mine.
Correct.
First you will
Inside
be
what is
Gopi,
happening,
second
mine
will
is like
be
outside.
one by one. One
So
person
first
can.
should be Gopi.
Mine is a
Gopi is
super
having just
feature.
the head of the rooster.
Head of the rooster.
That is
One
probably.
is
He's having the rooster.
That is
They
the
not
name.
zoomed out.
So mine is the entire picture, hers is the center picture.
Yes, exactly. Mine
So
is the
then, so
middle
you can
piece.
stand in the front. Then those who have the rooster picture can stand behind you and then.
So
Okay.
Gopi Pataki.
Right.
So is there someone with the part of the horse and the back of the horse?
We finish the rooster first.
No, we will just order.
Can anyone see
Very
the
first
rooster?
table.
So once you form, again you can describe
Yes.
whether you can iterate and find out whether all the
Breakfast
videos you are
table.
very good sequence whether it is right.
Breakfast
So one by
table.
one I go try to
So
figure
Let's
out.
check once again.
Whether it's the
So,
same house.
we go in order. You can see some sheet
You
like
can
you
easily
say it's a
explain what
rooster's
is in
head.
the picture.
Yeah.
You can see the rooster.
Somebody
right?
can see
Can
the
you
rooster,
describe
so they
more
put it
elements
on.
from your scene so that we can confirm it's Bharat or Srividya or who is the outside image?
So
Can
mine
you describe
and
that?
Bharat's is not cohesive because he can see somebody peeping out the window.
So-
I am like a little zoomed out and I can see two people peeping out the window.
Even I can see that. I mean, like it's like
So
from
probably-
a longer distance, like I see a boy and a girl.
So, but if Indian Patami describes this image,
It's a lovely rooster with the head high up, multicolored.
I think you'll have to hold it closer
Ah,
because you can see
because
through the lens.
The picture is transparently colored with
Ah,
the
yeah.
You
Yeah,
should not
yeah.
hold it like this.
I
You
think
have
you
to hold
should
it
keep
like
it
this.
here.
You keep it on your.
a striking yellow color beak, and the neck part has a combination of black and
Anything in the
blue.
periphery of the images because I think
Other than
periphery
this-
is the blue.
The peripheral color is a sky blue or
I think
aqueous blue.
the chicken is sitting on the top of
Top of the house.
house and like you know
But that is not clear, maybe assumed to be.
Okay.
I have a more zoomed out picture because I can see that it's standing on a fence of some sort.
So you will be the third.
Yeah.
So you explain further so that like the fourth person will be right.
Okay. So I would say that this rooster is probably 1/5 or 1/6 of the image. It's the size of the rooster. And there are two kids. I was assuming they were boys, but based on your description, it seems like the one in yellow is a girl. She's having a hat of some sort, and I can only see their hands and maybe from the images of their backs, so not their front. So I can only see maybe the top half of their back.
Colors?
The colors are so I said there are two, right? One, the girl is in yellow with probably a red sweater, and the boy is all in green with a green headpiece of some sort. It's like a Vietnam War
Are these
helmet, but
the other way actually? Are these kids looking at the chicken
yeah,
from the window?
yeah.
So okay. So there is the one in the yellow and red is actually a boy, and the one in green is a girl. She's wearing a red and white dress with a green cape-like cap.
So I can only see part of the cap.
So as Srividya is able to see the full cap, she will be the. If you explain further, we know who the.
The periphery of the image.
So I see a room and the door is open and the two kids are standing on top of a stool of some kind and looking right through outside the window, and there's a rooster standing out on top of a fence or a roof, I cannot say, but it's standing out there.
So this is more like a zoomed in image that I see. But for me, I mean like I'll have to enter a passage and then only I can reach to the children. So it's more of a zoom out thing. So there should be someone.
Can anyone see the children? Like anyone can see the children?
8:45. Can you please wait 5 minutes? We need just 5 more minutes to debrief.
Anyone else?
See, this is all there in the
Can you
picture.
describe?
Each successive picture is zoomed out.
So this mine is like the zoomed out picture, like so I see the farm as in like after the farm, I mean I see the piglets, chicken and the horse.
She was talking about this.
This is an assembled picture. Why? Because the trees do not appear real in the sense like the green trees are there, at the bottom there is some yellow color thing, so it looks like a picture arranged according to me. So in that picture arranged, hers is like the center room, and then from there the green.
Okay, to be precise, like let's assume this is where I have the piglets, chicken and all that, cat, all
Hold
that.
it closer to yourself.
And, sorry?
I think it's visible to everyone.
Oh,
No,
okay, okay.
okay.
So this is a place where I have the piglet, cat, chicken and all that. Like I'll have to take some steps, and here is the door. So like the passage I'll have to cross again. And I'll again have to take a few more steps to reach to the children who are like
By what?
Sorry, I will just interrupt. I think this is, I do not know, I'm just guessing. We are going into description, we have had a description of 15 minutes so far, but what we have in our hand, I don't see the picture alone. I'm not sure about you. I see some numbers on the top left and top right. No one seems to have described that so far. For me, it says A9 and A3.
For me it is
Yes,
R1 and
one.
R6.
So maybe that
R1
describes the
so easy.
sort
Easy.
of
A4,
Yes, one.
A5,
For me R1 and
Breaking your
R6.
heads.
R8.
A4.
So mine is R6, yours is
Yeah.
R8.
I think R comes together and
R1 is written in blue color and R6 is in red color. I don't know if it has.
I've got N and N3 and N.
Okay, I'm not able to find any pattern. We'll continue this.
Yeah, just 5 minutes.
Is it okay like we all come together and
No, that is only when all of us are done.
So now Priya is having 3 pigs and
This is
small
it.
houses. So do you have?
You have toys written in your this thing, and he also has
Oh, this is a
toys.
smaller
I
picture.
have
There are
toys.
three things.
This is the toy picture, is inside the toys.
No,
is
we
what
finish
I
up
see.
with pigs.
Very free. Other than pigs, do you see any elements?
No, like 6 houses, it's like a green color lawn, and that some houses are arranged with the 3 Christmas trees scattered.
I
And
think that's probably.
Does anyone
zoomed
else
out.
I think
houses?
there are two more numbers.
zoomed out picture, but this is
My
not the
house-
entire zoomed out
I
picture, it is a
have,
part of the
I'm able
picture.
to see, I'm able to see the complete girl with the yellow t-shirt and the scarf, red color scarf.
But are you
short
able
hair.
to see the
I'm
three
able
pigs?
to see the toys, more than 6 houses, and I can also see 3 few dots, that should be the street, and I will
Yours is the
see.
bigger picture, and mine is the
I'm able to see the
middle part.
So this is more like an aerial view, the drone shot and like you.
I think I am the last person here.
Oh.
I'm going to go next to her.
Yeah.
No, it
Yes,
actually
yes.
this order.
I
From her
see only the right,
inside.
right.
He is able to see only the hand, I can see the whole girl.
Okay.
I think what it is
What is
is
your-
there are two
what is your-
children
what is your-
playing.
No, I
It's like
think,
There are
different
seven
view.
What is your actually?
no, I think
In the entire-
it's the similar picture of what he has, but a little zoomed out. I think he can see the boy, but I can see the boy lounging on the chair.
So you
his
can see the
shoes.
girl's hand, you can see the full girl. I can see a hand outside the girl. Maybe it looks like a person holding a photo.
Yes, yes. Actually, that's what I thought.
Okay, we are done.
So
Okay, can we once again cross check the numbers? Can you just tell the top
One.
left one?
Yes, one.
You too.
N3.
D4.
No, but I have N1 as well. One of the top right.
Go on the
Okay,
top left
let's-
first.
Left-hand side.
The top
Let's
left
go with the
first.
left.
Okay, top
Left.
left.
Left hand side numbers,
N3.
red color. So mine is
Yes,
R.
one.
D4.
Then again he started.
okay, again you start from the top left.
Yes, one.
Just the number.
Just one.
N3.
D4.
A5.
R6.
Where DA7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
R8.
8.
Okay, I think
A9.
R6, R7,
So I think the
R8,
letter
R8.
also, you can see the
R6,
letters.
R7, R8, R9.
A11.
Former line, let me check.
Yeah.
Former line and show your pictures.
Can you understand the letters also?
Wait.
Former line and show the pictures.
Sundara Raman.
Subhash.
I think all of it is correct.
congratulations, pat yourselves. Quickly take your seats and we will have a small debriefing. So I request Anil to connect his laptop. So you have to take out your mobile and go to mentimeter.com, Mentimeter, and enter the number that is displayed on the screen.
Can we paste here and see how it?
Yeah. But now you all shuffle.
No, okay, just
But we know the-
pull a chair and sit.
10 more minutes.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
can
we'll
see,
quickly
uh,
finish.
Pull a chair and sit.
So I think all of you enjoyed this. So in the limited time now, I have to put pressure on you to continue. And good that all of you are able to connect the dots. Right? So now I am going to ask you 3 questions. The first question is going to be, what was the challenge? Why it was taking almost 30 minutes to do this? Then the next one, what made you to complete this exercise? Second question. Third, how will you implement the learnings in your personal and professional life? Presentation. So
Just switch on.
don't
It should come.
give a wrong answer to the wrong question and the right question. So the first question is all about what were the challenges initially?
Maybe it took some
Presentation.
time to understand the game.
So you have to enter this code when you go to mentimeter.com in your mobile 24798562. The very first question. What challenges did you face while interpreting or collaborating during the activity?
Not Mentimeter, menti.com.
Menti.com. So just answer this question. Don't say what should have been done, all that. The challenges, only challenges. As you enter, it will get up, and you can enter as many. So after submitting, once again, if you want, you can enter. So it is not just one answer. So you can have, it was confusing, okay, someone has written confusing, okay. So what are the other challenges? Who was there? Misleading, okay. Confusing, too many information, too much of information or too many information. Okay, I think we have 11 people, minimum 11 inputs should come here. Even more than 11, that is okay. Misleading, impatience, visual doubts, okay, confusing, hard to interpret. So for example, first Gopi was saying it looked like gloves, so he could not figure out whether it was the head of a cock. Clarity missing, understanding the game. So the whole objective was not very clear. Okay. So purposefully I have not explained you the objective.
It's a
Okay.
single.
Yeah, enter. So as much as possible. So for any one of you has written the same thing, then the font size will become low. This is a word cloud. So each one is unique, which is unclear on game itself. We thought it was a secret. We thought it was a secret at least. Okay. Unclear of game, missing rules, add-on inputs, peripheral observation. Okay. So these are all the challenges you had. Okay. Now shall we move on to the second slide? Second slide, you have to write what made you to crack it. Hmm? Yeah. So anyhow, you were able to complete within 30 minutes. So in the given time, you were somehow able to do that. So what strategies or communication approaches help you to coordination? Okay. Somehow, initially you started with a little bit of madness, but as the game progressed, coordination started and the teamwork. So each one tried to help each other. Teamwork. Listening carefully. Yeah, this is very, very vital, right? So communication is not about you speak yourself. So listening is a vital part. So Toastmasters gives a lot of importance on listening. Whether you are a grammarian or a speech evaluator or being an audience. Teamwork, coordination. Sequencing. So the moment Hema told this is Zoom, then you started talking about the sequence, right? So till that time you usually thought that it is all small individual pictures. Clarity of communication, super. Constant detailing. So you were continuously telling what you were continuously explaining. helping the team to understand, processing. Super. Okay, I'll move on to the last slide. So now, having understood the challenges as well as the strategies, how are you going to take the lessons learned in your personal and professional life? How can the insights from this exercise can help you to communicate more effectively in your professional role? Narrate simply. So sometimes too much of information will be there, but you have to narrate simply. Listen more, play more such games. Okay, good. Super. Visualization. So visualization is basically, you have to explain what you see. Don't show everything. Narrate simply, play more such games. Observe the bigger picture. This is very, very vital. In organization, most of the time we are attached to one particular department, and we thought, we think that if I complete my task, then it is more than enough. But you need to understand organization goals, vision, mission. So you have to be part of how it is connected to the organization bigger picture. Even in Toastmasters, same thing is applicable. So just delivering that project alone is not sufficient. You have to, if you have taken motivation strategy as your pathways, you have to excel in motivation strategy. Accordingly, you have to deliver the project. Just to deliver your project will not be sufficient. To observe a bigger picture, holistic vision. So frequently we have to zoom in and zoom out. Right? So we have to go through granularity. Even the improvisation is all about that, right? So sometimes when you are delivering, you have to go in depth, or sometimes you have to give holistic view. Both are essential so that the listeners find it interesting. So that is what writers do. Some chapters, they go in depth, and some chapters they keep progressing to the next scene. So the sequential moving is also important. Detailing is also important. I think that is what someone has written. Holistic view, bird's eye view, allow others to talk. So these are all the lessons learned. I think very, very vital thing is, as mentioned by another, the number. So number, I think if you follow this number, initially no one was telling, I told you, whatever you see in the picture, you explain. But you all took it for granted and you never paid attention to the numbers. Probably if someone has mentioned this number in the first, and if everyone started telling, the game would have got over in 5 minutes. So even in our practical life, we take something for granted. So we think these are all trivial things. We assume that we don't have to explain to the other group members. So just you have to go beyond your assumptions and then explain. So I think these are all some of the takeaways, and I hope all of you enjoy this game. Thank you so much for your wonderful participation. Thank you so much. All of you deserve a big round of applause. Over to the table.
Thank you so much, Sundararaman, for this fabulous session. I remember I did this about 2 years back in Meraki during one of the milestone meeting of Meraki Toastmasters. So even for me, that time we didn't pay attention for the numbers. Even for me, the moment I saw the card, the number was struck me. But I thought it will be too obvious. I don't want to spoil the whole flow, in terms of total number. Thank you so much, and great learning for all of us, Sundararaman, and thoughtful session, I would say. So we have come to the end of this meeting of Meraki 234 with the theme of Nova 2025. I would like to conclude with the last part of the benefits of semi-annual conference or the annual conference overall. So this is going to be a place where it's more like homecoming for many members. Across the clubs, you meet people from across the cities. Those days it used to be only the Chennai, Coimbatore and one random club in Virudhunagar versus Sri Lanka. But today, you name a city, we have a club, and people coming from all the way from all the different parts of Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry meeting in one forum. We already got to know there are 200 plus registrations are completed for the annual conference. I assume even 70-80% turns out to be the attendees. You are going to meet 160 to 180 people, still counting for another 8 more days. The last 1 week registration would be always 1/3 of the registration I saw so far. So it will be a great opportunity to network, communicate and learn from the best. That's what we call it Nova 2025, the semi-annual conference of District 120. With this thought, I would hand it over back to the Presiding Officer, Hemant.
Thanks, Satish. So that was definitely a wonderful session. Lot of information about NOVA from my experienced Toastmaster Satish. And when we actually started last week, we thought it might not be possible. Where conducting a fun activity or anything related to communication session, we thought it might not be possible. And when there was a couple of dropout yesterday, I was like thinking whether it's possible again. And today morning when we had a lean staffing, like I thought like it will end up by probably 8:30 early. But like till 9 we were able to manage, and it was like real fun. One more reason is like because of this lean staffing, we had a lot of communication and it was real fun. And I would like to thank Srividya for conducting this fun section. Please come. This is a small token of appreciation.
Which I stay this
Thank
time.
Thank you, Srividya. And I would also request Priya, our Area Director Chief 5, for conducting the special session. Thank you. Thank you, Priya. Thank you. And our President, Deacon Sundar Raman, for conducting this wonderful session.
Can we have you here on this side so that it's uniform?
Thanks everyone, and please participate in this NOVA 2025. That would be a great learning. And level completer, I would request Narasimha Raju and Suvanya to come up for their level completion. So Narasimha Raju has completed his level 2. Please.
All of us should stand and break.
And Suvanya has completed her level 1 today.
Any additional BCP points?
Reasons that level 3 itself is not.
It will come, now it will be 6.
From 5 we will be moving on to 6 DCP points.
So thanks everyone for joining us. With this, I adjourn this meeting number 234. I adjourn this meeting number 234. Please join us.
This is for a game of